There we go. Can everyone see it? All right, excellent. Well, I'm Pamela Yonker. I'm the Director of Membership and Communications with ASIS. You've probably received several emails from me so far since you've been an ASIS member. But I want to welcome you to this new member orientation. And on behalf of the ASIS Board of Directors and staff, I want to welcome you to ASIS and thank you for your membership. This will just be a quick presentation to go over ASIST and its structure very briefly, and then to give you an overview of your member benefits and how to access those benefits. This first slide shows a screenshot of our dashboard in our member database as of yesterday afternoon. That number on the right side is really the most important number for us. That shows us that you have joined the 1,965 members of ASIST, who we like to think are at the forefront of their field in information science and technology. The number on the left shows the number of people in our database. So these are people who receive communications about our events and may have attended an event in the past, but aren't ASIS members at the moment. And we also think that that just shows the impact that we feel like we have in the field of information science and technology. This next slide shows our membership by membership distribution by type. As you can see, the majority of our memberships come from professional and student memberships, but you can also see over on this left side, there's a lot of tier 2 members listed. As we become more global and accessible, we have offered this tier 2 membership to people in countries that are listed as tier 2 and tier 3 countries in the World Bank list of economies. They're allowed to join for free for their first 2 years of membership. And then after that, they receive a reduced membership rate. And again, that's just in an effort to become more accessible and more global, since there is such a great opportunity for knowledge sharing on a global level. Currently, we have members in 71 different countries. You can see the breakdown here, with the majority being in the United States, but if you group together the European countries, you'll see there's quite a large contingent from there as well, in addition to countries in Asia and South Asia. I'll talk in a minute about how these are organized into regional chapters and how you can go about finding your chapter. Currently, we have 18 very robust special interest groups. You may have joined a special interest group or a SIG when you signed up for your ASIS membership. If you haven't, or if you'd like to join more, I'll explain in just another minute how you can do that. Whoops, I've just gone rogue here. And then there are 9 current regional chapters of ASIST, and our goal is to make sure that every member has a chapter. We're currently putting together chapters in the US West and Canada, and eventually we want to move into Central and South America as well. Our newest chapter that we brought online here is the Oceania chapter, which will be officially launching at the ASIST annual meeting in October. We also have, I believe there are 13 active student chapters. If you are at an institution that you know would like to start or revive a student chapter, we're putting together some information that can help the chapters get started. So please contact me if you don't see your institution here and you'd like to be listed and get that student chapter started. Just a little bit about the structure of ASIST. This is the current ASIST board of directors. We've got it split into 2 slides because it's a larger group. And oops, how do I go back? There we go. Abebe will be, Abebe Rarissa is our current president of ASIST. He'll be moving into that immediate past president role, and Crystal Fulton will be taking over as president in October at the ASIST annual meeting. That's where we do our changing of leadership. And you can see the remainder. Also on this list is Lydia Middleton, who's the ASIS Executive Director, who you may have received emails from since you've joined, or may have seen messages from her. There is a page on our website. If you are interested in finding out more about policies and procedures, the organizational chart, bylaws, things like that, you can go to asis.org, and the About tab at the top, if you pull that down, you'll see the Documents and Resources page listed, and that's where you'll see all of these options. So there's lots of information for you if you're interested. The staff of ASIS, you may be receiving emails. Whoops, I keep getting ahead of myself. You may have received some emails from any number of these people. Garrett Doherty is the managing editor of publications, including JSIST and ARIST. I introduced Kim, who is our deputy executive director, and I mentioned Lydia Middleton, who's our executive director. Kathy Nash is very busy right now. She's our director of meetings and events, and she's putting together the programming at the ASIS annual meeting, which takes place in London in October. And then there's me. So let's move into your ASIS member benefits, because I know that's probably what you're most interested in. Probably our most visible of all of our benefits is our meeting discounts. And excuse me, many of our members consider our annual meeting discount to be the primary benefit of membership, but there's so much that we do in between annual meetings that we wanted to point that out to you today. In the last year, we've also put together our mid-year conference, which I believe we'll be doing in some form again in 2024. That took place in April of 2023. The Information Science Summit was something that we did last year, and it will probably come up again in programming over the next few years in some form. We have a virtual research symposium coming up. We have chapter meetings that take place often. The Dublin Core DCMI meeting will be this fall, I believe. Kim, is that right?
That's right. I believe they're in Korea in November.
Yes. Yep, you're right. And then our webinars, which I want to point out, we have from now through the end of the year a webinar just about every week. Those are all free to members, and they're $25 to non-members. So even just signing up for a few webinars from now until the end of the year can help your membership pay for itself. And we'll be announcing webinars for 2024 as we get those scheduled. But as I said, there's about one a week from now through the end of the year this year. Another one of our really visible membership benefits are our publications. We have JSIST, which is our flagship publication, and I'll talk in just a minute about how you can access JSIST with each issue that comes out each month. ARIST we're bringing back right now, and we'll be publishing articles as they become available, so we won't be doing monthly issues like we do with JSIST. We'll just be updating it as they become available. Information Matters is our online digital magazine, and you can sign up to receive the Friday newsletter from Information Matters just by going to informationmatters.org and signing up. The annual meeting and really any of our meeting proceedings will be available to you. Inside ASIST is our bi-monthly newsletter. It's a little bit more detailed than the weekly roundup that you see, which comes out every Friday. Inside ASIST also will contain a letter from the president as well as the executive director, and it can give you a little bit more insight on some of the strategic things that are going on in ASIST, whereas weekly roundup will show you just those things that are coming up in the next few weeks. And then we have the archives of the bulletin, which was published by ASIST. Whoops. I believe I skipped a page. Oh, here we go. The awards and honors, or I want to talk a little bit about more about the things that are available to ASIS, only ASIS members, such as the awards and honors. We have, I believe, 13 different awards right now that are given only to ASIS members. We have our new leaders program, which pairs new members who want to take on leadership roles within ASIS with some more experienced members who have been giving back to ASIS for the last several years. We have our member match program, which is our mentoring program, our distinguished member designation, and then our career center, which is available to members. And we have different industry and academic careers listed, and it's very robust. It's updated all the time with new listings. So let me get back on track here. Whoops. There we go. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about how to access those benefits that I've just talked about. So if you haven't already, when you joined ASIS, you should have received this email that will get you logged into the website. If you haven't received this and you haven't been able to log in yet, please contact me. You can see my email address is listed on this page at pyonker@asis.org. And then you'll just follow the link to create your account. This is just a screenshot of what you'll see when you create the account. You'll just enter your username and password. And then once you've created your account, you'll want to log into what we refer to as the Info Hub. And when we say the Info Hub, we mean when you go to the ASIS website at asis.org and you click that login button at the top right corner of the screen, you'll be asked for your credentials, you'll log in, and then you'll see a screen that looks like this. And this is where you'll find all of the information about your membership. So on that left side navigation, you can see the My Info tab, My Billing Info. Under My Info, you can update your contact information. And I'll show you a screenshot of that in just a second. That's also where you can add any SIGs or check your SIG membership if you want to add an additional chapter, if you're interested in joining more than one chapter. Your billing info, you can save a credit card here so that you can auto pay for your membership in the future. Your directory listings will be listed here. And then under that resources tab, second from the bottom, that is where you'll click to find your most recent issues of JASIS. It will take you to the Wiley website and log you on to the Wiley website. They're the ASIS publisher. And that will also bring up the proceedings of any of our meetings. Here is just further, if you click on that My Info tab on the left, and then you can see a tiny little plus sign to the right of lists and committees on the right. This shows where, this will show you what committees or lists you're also already a member of. So any SIGs or chapters would show up here. If you click that little plus sign, you can choose to join additional SIGs. Also, let me go back for a second. You'll see iConnect listed at the bottom of that left side navigation. iConnect is our online discussion forum that's available for members only. And this is a really robust place for information sharing, idea sharing. We use it for our SIGs primarily to communicate with their SIG members. So if you're a member of a SIG, you might not be receiving emails that come directly to you, but you'll be receiving either real-time messages or a daily digest of messages from those SIGs that you're a member of. You can also look back, you'll see each SIG or each community has its own library. So you might see chapter bylaws listed there or meeting recordings if you've missed a meeting. The thing that is really important here that I want to point out is under communities, you'll want to search if you want to look for any of the ASIS webinars. So if you signed up for a webinar and you weren't able to attend, or you found a webinar that you didn't register for, but it took place a few years ago, you'll find a library of our past ASIS webinars under the community past ASIS webinars. So you'll just be able to search by year. And if you don't know the year, you can just go through and browse all of the webinars that are recorded. And that's where you can watch recordings. If you have any questions, one place you can go is iConnect. You can find out a lot of the information that you might be looking for on iConnect, or you can go to our website under the FAQ section. There's a lot of questions here that are commonly asked, and you might be able to find an answer there. Of course, I can always be a resource for you. You can always reach out to me directly at pyonker@asis.org. And lastly, I just wanted to mention you can follow us on social media. If you just go to the ASIS website, oops, I keep doing that. If you go to the ASIS website, at the top right, you'll see all of the icons for our social media feeds, and you can just click directly from there, and those will take you right to our pages. And that is all that I have for going through your membership benefits. I hope I haven't missed anything. Does anyone have any questions about anything that I may have gone over too quickly or didn't address? Kim, do you think I covered everything, or is there anything I missed that you would mention?
I think you covered it. I mean, I do have a question. I mean, we've got 5 members on the phone. When you logged in to come to this is our first welcome event. What were you hoping to kind of get out of it? What did you plan to see? And you know, is there some feedback you can give us as we build these? I'm sorry that we didn't let you know in advance that you're the guinea pigs to our RPs, and we're making you part of our research to make this better. But did you kind of expect kind of how to use ACEs? Did you want more networking with other members? Because we do have some more time if you all want to talk amongst each other and tell us about you and what research you do. But just kind of curious about, you signed up for a welcome thing, and how do we build it to the best of our ability? And now we've even lost Craig and Bethany. Never got to meet Patrick, Yoshi, or Barrett.
I'll comment here just briefly.
This is Barrett, sorry.
Go ahead, Bethany. Hi, Barrett.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this was pretty much what I was expecting.
Okay.
And thank you for this. Just handy that I had a little chance to kind of browse around in there, but just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I partly signed up too, just because I don't think I've ever seen an association offer something like this. So I was just interested to kind of see this resource, and just a nice way to kind of touch base as I'm new to this particular group. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Barrett, were you going to add anything? Craig?
Oh.
Hi, Craig.
I would say that this pretty much was the result of when I sat in on the board meeting. So basically what they were talking about in the board members meeting, this pretty much was the result. So congratulations. This was what I was expecting and more, and the fact that and you had a task and you accomplished that task from what was in that spread, the Word document, I think it was. And so that was exciting for me to see, well, this is what they talked about and this is what the result was.
Nice.
So,
I'm new to staff, and it's been 8 months, but it just, Pam, Lydia, the way things are done here, it just amazing. It continues to amaze me. I'm so excited to be part of this group. Barrett, did you want to weigh in?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for doing this. I didn't have any specific expectations, and I just joined, I think maybe in the last week, and I haven't really explored the site, so I will. I'm sure that'll answer questions that I have at this point. I'm mid-career, but I'm also in my last year at Simmons Library and Information Science. So I'm looking to sort of connect, I think, networking and sort of career advice, or and try to get into the sort of data sciencey sort of information science with tech part of things. So so that's sort of where I'm at, but looking forward to exploring the site. So thanks for doing this.
Yeah, I would say definitely join a SIG. A couple of them are very active. And make sure you're involved in iConnect. I mean, I just see that our members really have the ability to talk to each other. I mean, what amazes me as I look at the program for annual meeting and I see all these names on a paper from around the world that, I know that ASIS brought these folks together to collaborate, to do research together. So yeah, there are definitely very helpful folks out there who would answer any of the questions you have and help mentor you through what your next career change might want to be.
Okay, great. That sounds great. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for doing this. This is Yoshi Guy. I'm a staff and higher ed for a long time, and I decided to pursue like my PhD. So I'm also PhD student. So last year, because I joined this seminar because I wanted to take advantage of membership more. So there are a lot of chapters, so I still don't know like what exactly, the focus of my area. So I'm more like information science, that's my PhD in. And especially I'm interested in like AI and the text mining type of the things. I'm looking for something that the event, I've never been in any conference for ASIS. So hopefully like I can join. And also I'd like to especially find the information about the conference event that I can present or submit a proposal. So I'm still kind of like not sure. So I may search for some kind of advice later. So thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pam moved right back to the special interest groups. I mean, you could join all of them if you'd like, if you want that much information coming into you. But we've got them on AI, and again, the leadership of each of these and the membership in each of these I've seen be really helpful to other members when they ask questions in iConnect or just in other places. So I think here's a great place to pick a couple and to kind of look at them. There's always postings about our events and submitting papers, or either external events and places to submit papers. So that's a great place. Are you actually in New York at SUNY?
Yes, actually, like I'm working at SUNY, and then like I'm a PhD student at UB Buffalo.
Okay, so yeah, the Northeast region is one of our really strong regions. So get into that chapter. I mean, you probably already are, but if not, go ahead and add yourself in. They're always having virtual events and cafes and things like that. So there's a really great place to meet some folks and get the knowledge that you're looking for.
Thank you very much, Kim. Thank you.
Okay. Well, again, if you have any other questions about anything or comments about how you think we could do this better, of course, please reach out to me. And if there's no other questions, I think we can end here. And I want to thank you all for being here. And again, welcome you to ASIS.
Thank you all. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, Pam.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.